you guys. Listen, this has been the hardest thing to get recorded because for some reason, every time I go to record a video, it just pauses in the middle of it. I can't record anymore. It's so frustrating, and it stops within 7 to 20 seconds. So fingers crossed, because this video is going to be good. But yeah, guys, what's up? It's your girl Marguerite. I'm excited to be recording this video, but I'm excited more so because I got a ton of stuff for you guys planned. Your girl is getting into goal planning, so I literally have a goal plan set out. I'm going to be recording a video on how you guys could get right with your life. So make sure you click the subscribe button so that you could glow and grow with me. But yeah, so this video I have posted on Snapchat. Just like I seen a cargo van, like a white cargo van driving by, and I had posted on Snapchat, like I was like, oh, what did I say? Oh yeah, I had posted on Snapchat like, oh, ever since I almost got kidnapped, I absolutely hate seeing white vans, which is true. So I got a lot of feedback on that. A lot of people were like, kidnapped? What? Girl, you crazy? Like, say what? I was like, girl, no, for real, your girl almost got kidnapped. I wasn't gonna be here for long. But yeah, so, yeah, so let me tell you guys how I almost got kidnapped. So yeah, guys, this is crazy. So, I was a junior in high school. I was a sophomore going into my junior year, so it was summer. Like, I remember school was getting ready to come back, and I was walking with one of my friends. So yeah. We had actually snuck out of the house. She was sleeping over, and we had snuck out because we wanted to go hang out with our friends. And so we walked. So at the time, I didn't have a car. I was like, what was I, 16? Yeah, so we had walked. And like where I lived at the time, like we walked a good distance. Like it was pretty much like a good, I want to say it was a good like 20-30 minute walk. Like, and it was late when we had walked back home. So it was very late. It must have been like 2 in the morning. And like at that point, we're walking home and it's very dark. Like we have to go down all these side streets. Like it was crazy. And so that at the time, like people were being creepy and were saying things like, oh, honking the horn, like guys, like, oh, what's up, sexy? Like nothing really rubbed me the wrong way. It was more so like, okay, I really just want to get home, but you know what, whatever, what do you expect, you know? So we're getting closer to my house. So where this all took place, there was like not a gas station, it was a food store. So for any of you guys who are familiar with, you know, the area, it was where Food Zone is. And so in that area, like usually it's a very, very busy area. Like it's one of our busy areas in my city. It's like it's called our Forest Park area. And so typically there's a lot of cars driving, but when it's very late, like I want to say like after 9-10, like the traffic kind of goes down and people aren't really driving and people aren't really like out, and it's not the best of the neighborhood as it is. So it was just like whatever. So we're walking down and I remember this white van like driving by us. And again, remind you, the whole night people are honking. Oh, what's up, sexy? Need a ride? Da, 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 da. I'm like, no, we need to get our asses home before we get caught. So the van drives by and immediately, you guys, like something came over me. Like, I don't know what it was, but I remember seeing, so like we're walking this way, the van's coming this way, and the van just immediately slowed down. And I just really remember making eye contact with the driver, and he was like this white male who had kind of like short hair, and he had like these big glasses on. Like if you guys ever seen the movie Selena, her father, like he had those kind of glasses on, so like very thick. And so something came over me, like I swear to God, to this day, God, thank you, Grampy, because I swear it was him, God, and all of my loved ones up in heaven telling my behind to run. Like literally I looked at my friend and I was like, we need to run. And she was like, what do you mean? It's a big parking lot, like your regular like Stop and Shop big white parking lot. Where I lived, we literally had to cross the parking lot, we still had to go down a side street, and this was a very dark side street, and then get to my house. So we didn't have time to run all the way to my house. So literally, I'm like, we need to run. The moment we start running, they do a U-turn, and you could hear them press on the gas, like that skirt, like it was like that. So me and her are running. We had to cross the street. So I'm like, yo, we need to like hop into some bushes or something. Like, this is no joke. Like, this truck is literally like, you guys turned around, did a U-turn to come back down the street. And now you guys are on your brakes heavy, like going super fast. So I'm sitting here freaking out, and I'm like, run. Like, I'm grabbing her. This bitch falls. Yeah. When I tell you she fell and said to go without me, like this was some kind of joke, I grabbed her and I was like, let's go. This is not no joke. No, I'm not going without you. Come on. Like she really sat here and said, just go without me. Just go without me. What did you think, we was playing manhunt? Like, this is life or death. So we ended up by literally, like, because we could see the lights coming. Because again, it's a very dark area. There's not that many people driving, so we could see it. So literally, like, right behind us, there were bushes. And we got into the bushes and we ducked down, and I was shaking. Like, I was so scared. I snuck out of the house. I didn't want to call my aunt. Like, it was awful. I was terrified. Like, we were both terrified, like shaking, praying. And the van comes down the street and stops, and we're watching them, and these guys, like it was the white guy who stood in the car, and then it was like two like Mexican men, and I don't mean that being racist at all, because I'm about to make me some shrimp tacos, so. But yeah, it was these couple of Mexican men that kept walking up and down the street, like looking for us, like really determined. And finally another car came down the street. They got in, they left. My friend, luckily one of my friends had lived literally like a couple streets down. And so like and it was on more of a main street. So I called her crying, and I was like, oh my God, like, and she woke up her mom. Her mom is Jamaican, so I was scared, but I didn't want to walk. The only other way to get back to my house was walking through the side streets, and neither of us wanted to do that. Like, so I grabbed her. I was like, on 3, let's run. And we just ran. Her mom met us at the end of the street, and like, I could not sleep that night. And I remember like my friend was talking about it and laughing because she thinks everything's funny. So, but she's laughing about it like, oh my God, like imagine if, and I'm just sitting here like, imagine if I didn't get the feeling to run. Like, it's crazy when you look back and you think about situations and you talk about them or whatever, you know, what have you not. But to actually sit here and think like, yo, if I never would have said, let's run, we wouldn't have been able to run, because they was going to turn around regardless. They were going to come back regardless. So we never would have had the chance to run. And if we did, now we got to run across the whole parking lot. So I just really, sometimes when I tell that story, I sit back and I think about like, God was really with me, like God, my grandfather, because it was this shivering feeling that I was just like, we have to run. And mind you, like I said, the whole night, these people are honking at us, looking at us, like people actually stopping their car to be like, hey, you know, we just keep walking. This instance of this particular moment in that night, I really felt the need to run. Like, I could not control it. I could not hold it. Like, your girl had to run, and I ran. So I'm happy I did that, you guys. I really am. But yeah, so that was my story of how I almost got kidnapped. Short, quick little story time for you guys. Let me know what you think. If you guys ever ran into a similar situation, please comment below, because I'm interested to hear. And everybody be safe. Like, anybody who is watching this, don't sneak out of the house, especially late at night. Like, you know what? It's scary. Nowadays, you never know what's going to happen. And so many people were telling me, like, I didn't even know that area in our city, like, things like, I didn't even know that this happened. And I'm like, well, it sure did. Like, and it almost happened to me. So I survived. I will survive as long as I know how to love. Have a good night, you guys. And remember, if you want to learn how to glow and grow all 2019, make sure you click subscribe, baby.